Greetings, awakened angels of the new earth. Revelation. Veils are lifting, the eyes of the spirit are opening, to see and to know all things. Aho! We had another day of massive energetic waves flowing into the field, raising the energies, raising the frequencies. Many synchronicities today, all day long. 117, 711, 17, 71, 77. I started recording this at 10:17. Came to my awareness next week. It will be my nephew Elijah's birthday on the 17th, 6/17. He'll be 16. Next year it'll be 17 on the 17th. And his father, my brother John, came into this realm November, which is 11. His one son and daughter were both born on 10/10, 2 years apart. His birthday was 11/29/71. So he sees 7/11 and 71, 17 all the time. When we met Chief Golden Light Eagle, who is one of the chiefs of the Lakota Sioux, and he's the keeper of the knowledge of the Star Nations. He also is the author of one of my favorite books called Symbols. You can get that on his website. We asked Chief what that symbolized, 7/11, and he told us that means, on a celestial level, that you are thirsty for a Slurpee. The Slurpees from 7-Eleven? Yeah, we get it. He is a Heoka like us. Very funny man. But he said, no, that is like the angelics or the higher dimensionals, letting you know to pay attention or be aware, put your awareness of what's going on in that moment, which most of these synchronicities, that's your higher self or source creator transmitting to you, the seer, the magi, that in this point in time, to be aware of this now moment and what is transpiring. It's a connection. It's connecting points in the space-time continuum to bring your awareness into this eternal now moment. And obviously, these signs and symbols, synchronicities, can be interpreted in infinite different ways. It's all part of our stories. We all have our own perception, our own perspective. We have our internal maps of reality, which there's a collective map, what we all agree on, and then we have our individual map based on our past experiences, our beliefs, our knowledge, the information, our connections. And then there is that which we call the Buddha mind, cosmic consciousness, God consciousness, which is the ultimate truth, the truth that is eternal, unchanging, unmanifest, what we call the great mystery, beyond all time, beyond space, beyond all concepts. These concepts are the finger pointing to the moon, which is the enlightenment code, the freedom code, to free the mind and awareness of all constructs and all concepts. Not that these things are bad or negative. We use the concepts as guides, as signs, as symbols of understanding, of navigation, as captains of our own ship, our starship, as star seeds, now star blossoms. The star blossom is our individual Merkaba ship, which is the field of mastery, the field of gnosis or knowledge. It is the guiding light of the pure awareness of the unborn mind that is our true self. And today we also had a massive blast, a whiteout blast on the Schumann resonance. We had one blast of 69 hertz, which is synchronic with yesterday's kin in the Mayan calendar of 69, and then another blast of 76. So the 6 and the 9, this eclipse gateway portals, which opened up on the 6-5 into the 6-6, as we guide through these sacred waters into the 6-9 this Tuesday, which is another powerful portal, which will carry us into the massive solar activation of this summer solstice on 6/21 and the next eclipse and today being the 674. We have kin 70 today, which is white overtone dog. And we're seeing these white overtones on the Schumann resonance. These are higher dimensional frequencies. And the 7, so we have the 70 kin on the 7th, which is the 77, which has been coming through all day. And that 7th dimensional frequency, code, higher dimensional awareness, which is being transmitted to us from the galactic central sun, from the cosmic universal central sun, and through our sacred sun in the sky, transmitting these crystalline codes to all the ground crew, angelic team on this great mission to assist Gaia in this ascension to the new earth. We also had many powerful movements in the earth, over 165 magnitude 1.5 or greater earthquakes in the last 24 hours. A couple of the most significant was in just recently, a few hours ago, in the Sacred Andes Mountains in South America, right around the 69 longitudinal line, almost exactly on the Tropic of Capricorn, which was a 4.8, which is the 12 energy at 120 kilometers depth. So we have the 1212 code within that activation, which is the Divine Mother, the Divine Feminine energies, which is also connected to the Ring of Fire that surrounds the Sacred Feminine of Lemuria. Also Solomon, Soul of the Moon, 5.8, which is a 13 energy. Earlier today in Mexico, a 4.0. And in Peru, 5.4, also in the Andes. A lot of movement through the Kundalini of Pachamama, and another very significant right in the heart of the Indian Ocean, a 5.1 at 10 kilometers depth. And then Fiji had a 5.0 at 10 kilometers. So we're connecting these sacred portals. These are connected to the ancient lineages of the Ascended Masters. And again, the whole Ring of Fire totally activated today, totally lit up, rising up, symbolizing the goddess energies with this passionate fire, rising up, speaking up, stepping forward. 17 again just popped up, and 37, 73, heaven on earth. We'll start today's transmission again with the image in today's video from Divine Bro Star of the Light, Walter Boyd. That is from Lyran Starseed 888. This image is a light code activation and sigil to ignite and awaken the divine spark within. This is for 6th through 13th of June 2020. And the mantra for this is Ka Na Yo Wa. Ka Na Yo Wa. Ka Na Yo Wa. This piece was channeled through Walter on the morning of the 5th of May, which was the 5-5 portal, 2020 pre-lunar eclipse, and he has been guided to understand that this is a tool, should we choose to use it, to awaken the light in the many varied circumstances that we will meet through this period of high intensity. In the splitting into polarity, whichever the side we move away from unity, and the path back to unity is in the awakening, remembering of the divine spark within. To use, breathe, and feel the energy of the appropriate image, as this is the key secret to the activation. Take a gentle, calming breath to your heart, hold for as long as you are comfortably able, and with your out-breath, gently feel your feet on the ground. Continue until you intuitively feel you have received what you need. Use and inscribe the central sigil onto that which you seek to bless, to awaken their reconnection to their divine fire. And this is from rainbowpathwholeness.com or Lyran Starseed 888 on Facebook. And from Divine Sistar of the Light, Judith Kusel, it is ultimately freeing to release the past with love, all the roles you have ever played when acting on the world stage, all the misunderstandings, the misconceptions, all dramas, all that ever personified into form, in all aspects your lower self and the ego which came with it. When a deep forgiveness of self comes, the letting go of all shame, blame, guilt, all the fears, all of whatever runs you, there is a sense of the shackles and bonds finally coming off, as you are free to rise and truly become as one with your higher soul self, the mighty I Am presence, the divine source and all that is. Simultaneously, there needs to be a deep releasing of all souls who ever shared the world stage with you at any given moment, in all past experiences, whether in this life or another, in all parallel lives and existences, as they too merely assumed a certain actor's role within a given moment. Let go of all misunderstandings, of all misconceptions, all shame, blame, and victim mentality, all distortions, all which energetically kept pulling you together to repeat the same old negative roles, the same old plays, and assuming the same old personages. Release them, forgive them, and thank them for acting out those roles, and set them free, and yourself free, via true forgiveness and loving grace, with gratitude, for indeed they contribute your soul in lessons of mastery you may not even comprehend right now, but your soul knows. See how the stage is cleared? See how there is no need to repeat the dramas, the roles played out. See how all is now wide open, as you are freed to seek a much higher way of life, of living and being. You do not need the masks of yesterday, not those you are assuming today, the personas you played out in those lifetimes, and the current one. You have no need to act anymore. You are now finally freed to be your true higher soul self, the true you, the soul you, and live with every breathing moment the purity of the soul as the divine created you and as you are in truth. You have no need to hide your own brilliance. You, shining, the wise, loving, and fully empowered soul you now seek to rise higher in the higher 5th to 7th dimensional state, where you seek purity and the higher soul expressions in ways that will be a constant unfolding of a totally new and much higher vibrational frequency life. As you do so, you now choose to not engage in the lower self, the lower vibrations, the low density of the 3D, the dramas of the 3D. You now choose to rise above it. You take on the role of the observer. You choose to not allow any attachments to anything and anyone of that vibration. You choose surrender, your whole new life and being to the divine source, and walk the talk of a master who is not swayed by outside forces but is deeply anchored in the mighty I Am presence and living it with every breathing moment. Such is the immense opening gift of this time for those ready and willing to truly rise ever higher in vibration frequency and shed the old like a snake sheds its skin, like a chick breaks free the shell, to rise ever higher and higher into the new Adam Kadmon body, to embrace it with all of your soul, heart, mind, and being, the new life, the new you, and much higher vibrational existence on planet Earth, which is already here. From JudithKusel.com and from Divine Bro Star James McConnell, channeling Sananda, preparing for the first wave. I am your Sananda. I am here at this time to continue to assist you and guide you along the way, just as all of us have been doing, not only through this channel but through many other sources as well, as we continue to bring further understanding so that you are more equipped to be in the higher vibrations, that you are more prepared to be in the higher dimensional frequencies. But in order to do that, we have been working with you diligently to bring you to the point where you begin to understand more and more that it is all about the attachments that have held you back. It is all about the programming that holds you to this third dimensional illusion. And once you are able to free yourself of the programming and find yourself in that perfect moment, in the now moment, and no longer focused on the past, and no longer looking only to the future, but being in the very perfect now, and in that neutral state, in that now moment. That, my friends, is when you ascend, when you're able to hold that frequency, hold that higher frequency in the now moment. That is when you find yourself not only in the ascension process, but in the full ascension, in that first wave of ascension that has been spoken of. That is what you're all being prepared for. Those of you in this group, as well as the many other groups that are meeting across the planet, and all the individuals that are finding the higher levels of knowings within them, coming back to them. And I say now, coming back to them, because you have all had it before. You have all been in the higher vibrations before. You have all been in the higher dimensions before. You have allowed yourselves to come down, to let yourselves be brought down into this third dimensional illusion, because that was what was necessary as you volunteered to come here. You have heard this many times. You volunteered to come here. You volunteered to be part of this evolutionary process, to be able to assist those that are here, those that are not the ones that came from the stars, but those that are here, and you are here to assist them, to bring them into the higher vibrations with you. Can you bring them all with you? No, you will not be able to do that, but that is not up to you, because if you believe that you have to hold on to that understanding that you can bring everyone with you, that in itself is an attachment. You cannot bring anyone with you that is not ready to come with you, but understand that everyone will be accommodated, are being accommodated in the realm that they need to be in at those moments. So just let it go, let it all go, go with the flow, as you have heard many, many times, and just be yourself. Do not try to be something that you are not. Do not worry about being the savior of all mankind, because you cannot be, unless it is destined for you to do so. There are certain ones that rise above the rest, not in terms of lower or higher, but in terms of coming to a higher level of knowledge and knowing within themselves that they can reach out to their brothers and sisters more and more. And those of you in this group, and again many other groups, are attempting or are learning to do so, are remembering how to do so, remembering that you were and are even at your higher vibrational selves. You are already commanders. You are already ambassadors and emissaries from other worlds. You have already done that, and you are already going to be going back to that if that is what you wish, because it is all about choice. And the choice that you have been held back from for so long to be able to make the choice for freedom. And I speak now of freedom, freedom to make your own choices in every moment of your lives and your entire existence. That is what free choice is. And all of you will have that opportunity. You have it now, but you may not yet realize that you do. But no one can make you do anything that you do not want to do, no one. And that is what you have to come to understand, because when you do, you come into your own power. And when you come into your power, you speak that power out. You speak the God source, the power within you out, and no one, when they hear or feel that power coming from you, can do anything to assuage you from being who you are in that moment. And in that power, in that moment, you can do much to assist others and to guide others into coming to their power as well. And that, my friends, is what this ascension process is all about, is coming to remember the power within yourselves and to assist others in this coming to the power within them as well. For it is no longer about the love of power, it is now the power of love. That is what this is all about. And when you fully come to understand that there is nothing, and I say nothing and no thing that can stop you, just as there is no thing that can stop this plan from moving forward. All of my peace and love be with all of you. I am Sananda, and I am always with you, just as many of the others of us are always with you. We are here and ready to assist you, and you only need to whisper our names, and we are here with you. Peace and love to all of you. From ancientawakenings.org, O-R-G, from Divine Sister Elizabeth Peru. Recently I wrote about the two great paths and energy streams that humanity can now move along, and the signs are clearly here that we're heading towards having high enough numbers globally, a critical mass, to be weighing the scales in favor of the path of personal evolution, self-responsibility, and honoring the soul within all. Just imagine, from the approximately 108 billion people who have ever lived on Earth, you're here now. Your soul is here for one of the great transitions of humanity. You're here to do your best in bringing forward the light that you are, expressing yourself through using your innate natural skills earned from lifetimes of experiences on Earth and elsewhere. You're here to ultimately shine your soul forth, expressing love, the power of the universe, as you elevate and uplift your planet by showing us who you really are, light being. And you will learn to do this, at first immersing into the darker, heavier energy on Earth, and then coming to find and appreciate your light and beauty within this, transmuting the negativity and rising above it through the journey of human evolution. Beloved ones, just after the first eclipse of the season, a great doorway of opportunity has opened. For 4 weeks, you can be a role model for us all by acting with maturity and light, just like the thousands of souls aligning with cosmic energy each day in the tip-off global energy forecast. These are the days we came here for. Join with us. From ElizabethPeru.com and from Divine Bro Star Pars Kute, the new higher frequency energy is inviting us to a new way of being and to allow ourselves to flow with this new energy to move to a higher level of consciousness. As we let go and allow, we are in a state of flow with this new energy. Our consciousness increases and rises, and our awareness expands to a multidimensional level. When we ask for the highest and the greatest good of all, our light shines throughout the dimensions, and we are more likely to receive flashes of insights and messages from our guides. With sacred love of one, Pars Kute, and from the Gene Keys Unlocking the Higher Purpose Hidden in Your DNA by Richard Rudd for June 7th through June 12th, 2020, is Gene Key 45, Communion, Synergy, and Dominance, Cosmic Communion. We come into synergy when we're in a state of trust. All the codons within us create a harmonic resonance. It's like when we put a magnet beneath a piece of paper that's covered in iron fillings. They all form beautiful, organized patterns, but the magnetic field itself is invisible. The universe is like that. Trust is like that. We just come into alignment with the whole cosmos, and we feel calm and at ease no matter what we're going through. Synergy takes place like this at an individual level with the chemistry of our DNA. It also takes place collectively as we come into alignment with others. The 45th gift knows that any group has its own self-organizing principle, and that if it's given enough time and space, it will eventually find a natural, higher harmony. Excerpt from the 45th Gene Key, from the Yi Ching, Code 45, Hexagram, gathering together. Lake forms atop the fertile earth. Water returns to serenity. We all drink together the vital nectar of life. Communion is the bliss of unity. Synergy is the vitality of orientation. Dominance is the dissatisfaction of dislocation, the elation of receptivity. When forces are gathering, the king opens to his ancestral temple. For successful progress, maintain firm correctness and see the great man. A large sacrifice brings good fortune. Synergy is a word we often apply to a group dynamic that's functioning smoothly, that's buzzing and creative. Once we realize that we no longer need to compete with each other to survive, the next stage is figuring out how to work together. This is a great challenge, and the 45th Gene Key is adept at this. Richard Rudd, 64 Ways, from genekeys.com. And from the Archangelic Calendar, yes, Gaia is still in spirit, but she is clearly contemplating a move And when she does, a sprint as always, it has drastic results. This means that if she goes to fire next, a heavy transmutation will be the result, and if air, there will be a great change imminent. There really is no way of predicting her moods, so we must wait and trust and react when necessary. There was an amazing timeline shift executed by the Archangelic Legion. Their motions manifested a highly desirable timeline, and we are all very excited to see this become our reality. I do not mean to call them out on this, but what was just achieved was nothing short of legendary. This will ease up the tensions and provide a more comfortable climate for us all to live, grow, and work out the particulars. Dense 3D Earth is about to fall, but it will not be as tragic as previously thought, and you can thank the Archangelic Legion exclusively for this. There are tons of anomalies everywhere you look today. This is because we jumped very far during this most recent macro timeline shift. Mandela effects, disorientation, and physical symptoms are going to be very common. It may feel like you have awoken into a new world, because that is exactly what just happened, and naturally, this will not be without intense sensations. The most notable Mandela effect on this timeline is the entrance to the city beneath the Sphinx, which is located in the head when it was always behind its left paw. There is a giant earthquake that is coming to Asia, more specifically Japan. This one is orchestrated by Gaia as she is making an adjustment in her positioning. Apparently, I cannot say this enough. Good and bad do exist in all groups, all people, and all things. Treat people as individuals, not groups of people represented in one body. If a person stands in front of you, hold no judgment for them until you read the contents of their hearts. Diversity is the foundation of life. We must learn to celebrate this. We need everyone to digest the reality that you will have to say goodbye once and for all to everyone in your life at some point in your life. All things change, and like George Harrison says, all things must pass. Be humble with others. You do not know when this last time will be. What really matters is the people in your life, as they are what makes your days sacred. Even those fortunate enough to live long lives will have to say goodbye one day. Be kind at all times. The rainbow aura on the moon is a sure sign of our vast success with the engineering of Luna. What was once a source of negative energy has become a beacon of hope and a symbol of what we accomplish through metamorphosis. Even the biggest fish is not greater than the ocean. The things we do are always overshadowed by the conscious will of infinitely expanding Creator Source, and it will override everything. We must never forget the sum of all things walks with us. Move forward with great confidence. And the tools for today's assignments are in a link in the description below. Today's assignments. It seems as if there is movement in the underground tunnels of the U.S. once more. There is only the large, malevolent Dracos left. Violet flame the tunnels with the highest level of intensity that you have ever implemented, and then go in with a heroic sword and shield. The asteroid passing by as a quartz crystal and metal-based object. It can blast us with very powerful, crystal-like energy that can only be compared to electrified quartz. We can imbue this asteroid pretty easily because of its unique makeup. You can either travel to the back of the asteroid and send love through its structure, or bounce it off of her and engulf the Earth that way. You can use any colors you feel inclined to, but be sure to include a rainbow light for at least a 72 count. As mentioned, we are about to see great seismic activity in Japan. Please send the pure hearts of the area rainbow shielding. It is easy to see a pure heart because of their light's auras. Please be diligent on this task. There are some questions that you, as a part of the legions, are being asked to ponder because divinity will be intently listening. I can assure you that the conclusion that you come up with will be part of the macro solution. Consider this your super vote directly to the ears of the divine. Do you feel it necessary to work? In regards to your work, did you enjoy what you do on a daily basis? Do Do you feel we have a compassionate society? What would unity look like to you? With no boundaries present, what would you like your everyday life to be like? Did you realize that the thoughts of the imagined cells are tallied by infinitely expanding creator source? And the meaning of imagined cells is that time is perspective and is governed by said perception. With so many imagined cells, that cells, in this case humans, responsible for the subconscious setting of many other cells, which is also connected to the self. This is from the archangelicalendar.com, and from Shamtrul Rinpoche, Tibetan Buddhist master. Every moment of your life provides an opportunity to practice, no matter where you are or what is happening. Do not keep practice just something that is done in a Dharma center or in front of a shrine or on your meditative seat, but also let the whole world and all that you encounter within it become the training ground for your mind. The more you can do this, the faster you will move on the path to Buddhahood, and the happier you will become on the way. And from the Tzolk'in Times, Kin 70, White Overtone Dog. The number 5 is called Overtone, and its key words are empower, radiance, and command. The 5th day of a wave spell shifts the energy into a more intense pace. It is a get-it-done kind of day. If you use this energy rather than be overpowered by it, you can achieve an amazing amount. Think big and tap into its energy resource. Today is White Dog, which represents love, loyalty, and heart. This is a special day because of the combination of number and day. Dogs put 100% into everything, and they do. And the number 5 provides the powerful energy. Whatever you do today, put all you got into it. It is a powerful day to be loving as well, not just to your partners, but to all people you encounter. It's a great day for random acts of kindness. Also, any love you give out, expect that to empower you so everybody wins. And from Divine Sister of the Light, Christina Papagiorgio, White Overtone Dog, Kin 70, 7 June 2020, empowering and radiating love. 7/5/2020 equals 7/5/22 equals 754 equals 16 equals 7. 7 magic, alchemy, spiritual solitude. 5 freedom, transformation, change. 22 architect of peace, master builder. 4 form, structure, foundation. Kin 70 equals 7 double magic code. And we have the 777 code within there also. Kin 70 is such a special code. I had to alert you to this day of double the love. A day to surrender to love, unconditional love, divine love, source love, oneness. Today is a day of great magic and endless, eternal, unlimited love. Day 5 in the White World Bridger wave spell of surrender, letting go, forgiveness, networking, and building bridges. Today we surrender to the power of love and radiate that endless love out to the cosmos. Tone of creation, overtone, tone 5 in the spiritual realm. Action commands, power empowers, essence radiance. Number 5 represents the center, core purpose, foundation, and central intent. It is the center of the wheel from which all the spokes emanate. This is the phase where the energy of creation returns to the center and then radiates outwards. Overtones command the unbounded. They order it to be, and so it becomes. Their power radiates from their soul essence through a pure connection to Source. This is the true source of unlimited power. The 5th day of the White World Bridger wave spell is the one that empowers. When we surrender to the power of the divine, unconditional love, we become radiant and can build bridges and connections with others to totally transform our lives. Love heals all wounds. Surrender to love. Thus we have a very beautiful and pure magical code activated today, connecting us all through the power of divine love. Open your hearts and radiate. It is time to realize yourself as a radiant source fractal of pulsating divine solar love. Today's question is, how can I surrender and open my heart to endless love and radiate this out unconditionally to all human beings? Divine blessings for the infinite flow of unconditional love through the solar beacons of light. And Lakek ala Kin, Christina White, Magnetic World Bridger, Kin 66, Kin 70, White Overtone Dog. The mantra, the code for today is, I am power in order to love, commanding loyalty. I seal the process of heart with the overtone tone of radiance. I am guided by the power of endlessness. And in this endless power of divine love and sacred light, we transmit our divine heart spark to all sentient beings of pure consciousness. 1117 coming in. So let us know, beloved beings of light, in the comments below what you're experiencing, what you're feeling, what you're seeing, your visions, your dreams, your synchronicities. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe and click the subscribe button below and the little bell next to subscribe to get notifications on future uploads. And as always, we have a link in the description below to the transcriptions of today's transmissions. And we archive these on our website, primedisclosure.com. Today, when I posted on the website the new transmissions for today, we were at 1,177 posts. Then when I logged into YouTube, we had 11,771 subscribers. So that's what I was saying. All day, this code with the 1111, the 77, 17, and 71, the sacred mirror. I'd like to also thank your support, everyone that has pledged on Patreon. We have a page set up there. If you'd like to support my work in Prime Disclosure, you can go to patreon.com/Prime Disclosure. I'd like to thank and welcome today Reed and Susan. Thank you for your pledge and support. I appreciate you all. And to all the patrons that have pledged so far, today I uploaded a training video on what we call the practice or the art. It's an Andromedan art, taught to one of the dragons of our lineage from the Andromedans on how to call down the sky beings, the star nations, the higher dimensionals to connect, to build that connection. Sometimes they'll appear for you also, or transmit a gift. We call these CDs. This can come from a teacher or guide, from dragon, from, different dragons. They symbolize many things. There were the dragon families. In our lineage, in the Taoist art, each dragon, depending on the color and the energy, symbolize different things. So in our lineage, like Sifu Ching Feng Dao Shi, mean pure wind, man of the Tao. He's what we call gold dragon, which is returnable rainbow body, meaning an ascended master that returned into the physical, fully conscious and awake. There's also the dragon families, such as the white dragons, the gold dragons out of China. We have the white dragon families out of Japan. There's red dragon family out of China. These are ancient families of these different lineages, which each one symbolizes something different. That's a discussion for another day. So with these different arts, we can connect with our star families. If that's something that you desire or resonate with, we say that what anyone believes or thinks or perceives of these star nations or higher dimensionals, it's irrelevant, because this great shift, this great ascension is up to us. They work with us. They can assist and transmit gifts and energy, things of this nature. But we do not rely on any external source. Some people claim that in the past that I suggest worshiping these beings or entities or nations. I've never in my existence have told anyone to worship anything outside themselves. I teach every human being. You can ask anyone that's been a student of mine for over the years that I always say, seek the kingdom of heaven within yourself, that you are your own master. There's nothing to worship or worship other than the love that is within yourself. And that is an honor. That is the grace. That is the beauty. that is within every living being. We call Buddha nature. This is not something airy-fairy or New Age or whatever anyone wants to project onto the ancient teachings and philosophies. We say, you're your own master. I may be a guide or a mirror or transmit certain information or knowledge that has been transmitted to myself, either through the external teachings, the internal teachings, or what we call the secret teachings. And some of these symbolize the secret as mind-to-mind transmission directly from Buddha mind, source creator, and sometimes these come through the consciousness or the eyes of a master or teacher, guide, whatever name we give to someone that mastered an art. When we say master, that's not a master-slave relationship. That just means a human being or sentient being that has mastered a certain art. So we might say Zen master. That means Zen means meditation, mastering the art of meditation to be able to transmit and teach. Just want to resolve that doubt in anyone's mind that might be thinking down those lines. We try to simplify everything because the truth is beyond even simple. It was Emerson and Thoreau that said, the 3 most important things you can do in life is simplify, simplify, simplify. That is why we say when you sit and practice or walk, stand, play, we smile, 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 ground, ground, ground. We ground and anchor into the earth. As we rise up, the smile opens the heart, the crown, connects you to heaven, to divinity, to source light. Very simple, but very effective. And we laugh our way to freedom. Don't take anything too seriously. That is Heyoka. Heyoka is sacred clown. We make people laugh. I laugh the conversations I have with God, my higher self, source, every day. We have lots of great laughs. And then we take our practice serious. We do it. We do the practice. But if we laugh, we laugh. If you cry, you cry. Not a big deal. Don't sweat the small stuff. And everything's the small stuff. So we let it all go. We release. Let go, let go, let go. Go through and through and through until you totally break through. This is what is happening as a collective. All this compression energy going within, shutting down, collapsing. We see the symbolism everywhere. Being aware of the breath, the importance of our divine sacred breathing into the lungs, the sacred oxygen, the sacred air, the sacred spirit. This is the year of the wind spirit, the metal rat. Metal in Chinese medicine, lungs, and large intestines. So people need to be aware of their breathing, breathing deeper, slow, in and out the nose, if you can, and being conscious of the breath. This is an important key to all meditation, and letting go through the breath. Breathing in the sacred chi, and breathing out the negative thoughts, feelings, emotions, anything that no longer serves and uplifts. We are here to serve the light, the love, humanity, and all sentient beings of the light. So thank you for joining me today, and thank you for all your amazing comments and for liking these videos, sharing them with your friends and networks and family. It has been an amazing and beautiful journey with all of you. So much gratitude. Keep shining your light brightly into the night. Divine, brilliant, luminous beings of light. I love you all. Namaste.